Hello, everyone, and welcome back to week 3 of the Low Tech course. Today's lesson is about realignment. We have already reduced and restructured, and you may find that you are going to have a little bit more free time. Or it could be that you deleted a lot of things from your smartphone, but now you find yourself a lot in front of the computer. So, we're going to ask 2 questions during this week that are going to help you determine whether something is detrimental or beneficial. And the other thing is, what do you see yourself doing in about 10 years from now? What is your dream when it comes to your digital services? I call this week realignment because a lot of us don't think about our mindset, about our perspective, and how that may change throughout time. 5 years ago, I used to spend a lot of time in front of my phone. And that's why I started to slowly take steps that will help me in the journey. Today, I spend way less time on my phone, but I'm still in progress. I still haven't gotten to the point where I can say, this is what I want in my digital minimalist life. But now I have the tools and a vision of what I actually want. What I want personally is a life that is less dependent each and every year on digital services, and a life that I can simply live with the few things that I already have. I don't want ostentatious things, but that may not be your goal. So the realignment week is to think about these big questions. The first big question that we're going to ask is, do I want this in my life? When it comes to realigning our goals, do I want this in my life is extremely important. Is it beneficial? Is it detrimental? Is it actually helping me achieve my goals? This can be apps, this can be services, but it can also be your job, or it can be your friends. It is often said that we are the composition of our friends. They influence us. So if a friend is somebody that enjoys a lot of digital services, nothing wrong with that. But if you are not going to be aligned with them, you want to start looking into new friendships, into new opportunities. Maybe you still hang out with that person, but you don't do it as often anymore because you are not aligned in your goals. And that is extremely important for you to consider. Now, this is a lot of personal work, so I'm not going to tell you what to do or how to live your life, but you need to have a vision, an idea. And in the accompanying PDF, you'll find a lot of questions that will help you in this direction. There's about 6 or 7 questions that I have found that are extremely helpful in crafting your digital life for the future and for today. Now, a lot of us want to stop scrolling today. A lot of us want to stop relying on these digital services today, but that may be hard. It may be inconvenient. But if you phase them out slowly and surely, you will arrive at the destination that you want. Just make sure that you are aligned with your family, with your friends, with your partners, whichever it is that you want to take this journey with, and you will go in that direction. After you have done the work of, do I want this in my life? Ask that question through the 7 different questions that I have in the accompanying PDF. The second question that is the operative question here that is going to help you realign is, what do I see myself engaging in throughout the next 5, 10, or 15 years? Many of us don't plan for the future. Very few are actually having a positive vision, and the world is getting more complicated and complex around. I don't know what's going to happen, but what I do know is that I have a general plan, a general idea. I want to opt out of as many as possible services from now into the future. Now, that is my personal goal. You need to decide what your personal goal is. Maybe it's about your job. Maybe you want to change your job. Right now, you may have a remote job, and that may be good for now. But maybe in 10 years, you want to slow down. You don't want to spend a lot of time in front of your computer, and you want something more relaxed, maybe a job that interacts more with people. Or maybe it is the opposite. You want more flexibility in your life, and you're willing and able to compromise your digital time because you want a little more flexibility of schedule and location. Having a general direction and saying, what do I actually want to accomplish, helps in the realignment process. The realignment week is all about internal work. It's about desiring what you're going to do in the future and planning for that future. I hope that the accompanying PDF is going to be helpful to you in this, and I want to encourage you to do this hard work. It is important to take some time, sit down. How many services do I want to sign up for this year? How many do I want to quit? What is actually bringing value into my life? What is not bringing value into my life? And this is not only again on services, but it's friendships, it is work, it is all of these things that help us or hinder us from having the life that we want. Digital minimalism is not about rejecting technology, but it is about using it mindfully and with a purpose. So, as you go through the questions, as you go through this week, start digging deeper and deeper until you find the root cause that is propelling you or hindering you from achieving your goals. I hope this week is helpful, and I hope the questions do bring a lot of, conversation between you and your friends, your family, and your partners, and that it may help you to become a little bit closer to that low-tech life that you want. Thank you for watching. And next week is the final week of the low-tech course. I hope that it will wrap up and it will help you understand, now that you have a plan, how to achieve it and how to communicate it with others. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.